That would have been good. That's what, when you were saying that, I was like, fuck, I should be recording this shit. That's so good.
It's all good.
We can't fake the funk. You can't.
I'm not fuck. Let the genuineness flow.
Yeah.
I don't like to push nothing.
Yeah.
Because true raw spirit, and consciousness just flows.
That's what it's about.
It's not rehearsed.
I know. And that's why. So like, the goal. Why I keep fucking coming back to this. This is like, I took a year and plus some months break between recording podcasts. But the reason I keep coming back to it is because it's not about the book at the end. Like I said, like a real good artist, like a good author, after they finish the book, they don't want to go interview about it because they're like, I'm done with it. I'm on to the next thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even as they're editing the book, they're already, all their energy and interest is into the next project. You know what I mean? And it's about the joy of creation. That's what fucking matters. So the podcast is like, just hit record and have it as an excuse to meet up with people I like talking to.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I love that. I feel
it's
that.
Like the simplest fucking art form possible. Just hit record and fucking talk.
Go hang out with people that you love. That's all. That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then slightly next level up is maybe enough people hear it, they're into it, and then that allows me to meet new people that I wouldn't otherwise. You know what I mean? Like my favorite podcaster is this dude Pete Holmes. He's a comedian. I've been listening to him for like 5 years.
What was the last one that you uploaded it?
The last one I uploaded was with you.
That was the very last one?
I uploaded 2 more and I lost them both. One with that instructor I told you.
The one with you and me, but it stayed, no?
It's up there still, yeah. But I don't have the original. But I don't have the original recording anymore. I could record it.
What are you guys bumping?
I could record it off of the internet. You know what I mean? I guess. Dude, it's kind of funny because I went back and listened to it a couple of times. It's been a long time since I have. Yeah. But there's some things I said in there that it's funny. I got that shit recorded because I forgot about it, and I see where I'm at now, and it kind of makes me laugh.
I want to revisit it. I want to relive that shit, and
so
I want to hear it again.
The one that sticks in my mind the most is I said way back when I said this new thing, when I get into stuff, I get into it hardcore, right? So the new thing that I've been into is non-duality, right? This is what I said fucking back, I think it was last March, so a little over a year ago. And I'm like, this is the newest thing I'm into is non-duality. Now that I'm here and I got a real understanding, I met a teacher, like a guru, that really has described non-duality. It's not the new thing I'm into, like it's the end of the road. You can't go any further. Like once you've hit non-duality, there is no philosophy. There's no extreme non-duality.
I saw a couple of videos of people being like, I reached enlightenment.
Yeah. It's
not really what y'all think
it is.
Yeah, like,
dude. So what they say,
and that makes me be like, should I just
what a lot of monks say is enlightenment is the last great disappointment. It's like because you think, I'm gonna get this thing, and then what enlightenment is, this amazing thing, is like, oh, I'm not gonna get anything. Like that's the fucking enlightenment, is the realization that there's nothing to get. And then the sort of
we already have it.
The punchline is you already have it.
We already got it all.
You not only do you can't have it because you are it.
Yeah, we are it.
You are enlightenment. But it's one thing.
You just blew my motherfucking marbles, Nick. All right, and now it's over. Let's go grab a sandwich. Let's go grab it.
Because that's what. So the Zen thing is before enlightenment, chop wood, pour water or whatever, right, and sweep. And then after enlightenment, chop wood, pour the water, sweet. Like nothing changes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and I saw an actual video of a guy's like, my life hasn't really changed drastically. I'm finally here. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, well, this motherfucker makes me just want to go start fucking, Yeah.
But now here's the thing. Now when you start saying, well, if I already have it anyway, then what's the point?
Start fulfilling my guilty pleasures and shit.
Now, who is it that's saying that?
The ego.
See, you already know.
Yeah.
So there's, I really like this one teacher.
But I feel empowered though. I feel empowered living through my spirit. I feel empowered of the practice of forgetting and killing my ego. I feel super empowered, and through those practices, I feel good moving throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I feel like you do gain something.
Absolutely. Well, so
if you're coming from the standpoint of your ignorance,
exactly.
At least
it's all where you're seeing it from.
Yeah.
Right? So my guru, Paul, zenbitchslap.com, You're welcome to come anytime.
Tomorrow.
He's not gonna be here tomorrow. He's in Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah. He
That motherfucker went over there to watch the fucking game. Oh, yeah. We know who he goes for.
Dude, what are the chances?
Yeah.
That when the Warriors are in Toronto, he's fucking there. But he's like a rock star, dude. He goes to freaking Europe.
I bet he's a rock star.
Yeah.
He's a rock star.
He used to really live like a rock star. Then, yeah.
Half brain.
He was the dude I told you.
I switched over, guys.
He'd shoot coke into his neck.
That's fucking wild.
He said
Who does that? But cocaine, like
he used to do doses that he was like, I plan on dying.
I never heard of anybody shooting actual cocaine.
Into their
heroin,
neck.
Yes.
Yeah, cocaine.
But I don't know who shoots cocaine. How do you do that? It's a powder. Like, what? You just put it in water?
You'd have to ask him, man.
I don't even care to know. But I'm just like.
So, anyway, what he says, see, you keep fucking sidetracking me, Disney.
It's the way my brain was wired. I apologize, but then I don't at the same time.
No, it's you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the alpha brain kicks in. I want to stay on track here. So, what Paul would say is, what this is dreaming. Now, this is some shit. If this really connects, it's gonna blow your fucking mind. There are no nouns. There are no things. There is only verbing. There's only activity. And we use activity so the activity happens, and then the brain takes it and then implies that there's some actor doing the activity. There's no actor. So this is there is no Checo.
Okay.
This is there is no Nick.
So the most easiest way I could put it into words is the way I understand it is when we were driving up this hill right here, and you were saying that I think it's beautiful how conscious manifest expresses itself in way different ways. And I was watching the guy walk his dog, and I'm like, those aren't real people or beings. That's just me expressing myself through a different aspect.
Yes. There's one activity going on, right? The body, right? He calls it the action figure. I love the action figure has no life of its own. As soon as you take the life force out, are you really the body? The body's fucking sitting there decomposing, right? Yeah. So, but we are so attached, and I know, like, I grew up in a spiritual community. You're not the body, you're the spirit. But you start seeing all the subtle ways, just like Disney's programmed us for drama and stress. The subtle ways that you are taught to identify with the body. You really are, dude. You won't even realize it until you start seeing all the ways that you are subtly, unconsciously identified with the body. The body's meat. Like, I was listening to this dude today, Fred Davis. He's another
it's a meat
non-duality enlightenment guy on YouTube, and he goes saying that Checo's gonna become enlightened would be like going to the meat aisle and look at a package of chicken meat and say that chicken meat's going to become enlightened. Like, it can't. It's fucking meat, right? So the body cannot become enlightened. So you don't become enlightened. I don't become enlightened. We are enlightenment. We are before any of this material universe, the idea of this material universe manifests.
Sometimes the light is just so dim.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's all
most days it is for me, and I'm not. You know what I mean?
Me too, man.
Most days it is for me.
And that's why you were saying, like, why do I keep on going back to this and then getting a benefit from it? Because it's fucking helpful to the action figure to get a reminder.
Yeah.
Again, and that's why monks they do rituals every day. You don't just like, okay, I'm enlightened, now I'm gonna go back to my life of drinking and watching Netflix. Like, no.
Watching porn and just busting loads all day.
Exactly.
Oh man, I'm enlightened as fuck.
Because if the action figure has its way, it's gonna keep chasing.
Yeah.
You know, it's what's next? What's next? Give me
these
more.
little instant gratification pleasures. Yeah.
But when you, as the awareness of that, can see it, you go, oh, the action figure is doing its job. It's seeking pleasure. It's seeking survival. It's seeking the next thing. Good job, action figure. You're doing good job, ego. You're doing a good job. But I know none of that's ever gonna give you what you think it's gonna give you.
So, we fully live through our spirit. If we fully live through enlightenment, do you think death of the meat suit is soon to come after? If you live in a consistent enlightenment, because eventually your spirit is gonna live through something that is going to want to go through things that the bodysuit cannot follow it through.
Yeah, I think all this is just such a little blink of the eye anyway, man. 100 years?
Yeah, you're right.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
It's nothing. Yeah,
you're right.
What we are, spirit, is outside of time anyway. Right?
I love this sick ass experience,
Yeah.
man.
This is the dream.
This is
This
dope.
is dreaming.
Thank you, myself.
Yeah. This is your dream. You're dreaming. So that's why the best fucking metaphor that I know for explaining this, what connects with me, is that this is dreaming. Because you can think of it as Checo taking life very serious, going, oh man, I fucked up. I'm never gonna be able to recover from this. Oh man, the fucking the other shoe's gonna fall. They're gonna find out I'm a fraud. It's all gonna fall apart, right? All that can feel very true to Checo. The way that when you're a dream character, when let's say you're sleeping at night, to the dream character, all this shit's gonna you can freak out and have anxiety, and then as soon as you wake up, you go, oh, that was all a dream.
It was all a
dream.
dream.
You instantly see the dream character was on this trip, but it's when it was over, it was like it never happened.
Yeah.
That's what I think death is.
I think me too.
I think when death comes, you go, oh my god, this character, Checo, thought all this shit was really real and important, and it's long, and it's 100 years, and then when it's over, you're like, oh, it's fucking nothing.
It's nothing.
It's a tiny drop.
I feel like the best way to say it, like, yeah, it's like, have you ever seen the movie, the Disney one, the Narnia?
Yeah.
Where they go inside of this closet and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
live
yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole
Yeah,
100 years, and then they come back out and they're like, oh, fuck, we're kids again.
It's like a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really what I think this dreaming is.
Yeah.
And Alan Watts says it so fucking good. You know Alan Watts, right?
Yeah,
that's
of course.
my fucking homie. Like, he says it so good all the time of, like, he has all these different metaphors for, like, if you were given the chance to dream any dream you wanted to dream, right?
But not just any dream, the dreamiest of dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, right? You know?
The kind that are dreamy.
Eventually, and across infinity, eventually you would end up dreaming this dream. And you would set it up ahead of time that you wouldn't remember you're dreaming, because that makes it more exciting, right? So, you're creating all this shit. How could you not be creating all this? You know what I mean? So, my perspective really, from listening to Paul, going to talks, is we are the dreaming of this dreaming. There is no dream, because a dream is a noun. That's an idea in your head. That's an objectification of a process. There only is process, right? And in process, there's time. But time is created by the dreaming. Really, what you are is outside of time. It's infinite. It like it never even took a step away from home.
Time don't exist.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Time is an illusion.
That's why, like, if you go on YouTube and you hear, like, 3 simple steps to enlightenment.
Just like money. Money is an illusion.
Of course.
We trade illusions for illusions.
Yep.
We trade time for money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's crazy as fuck.
I know. And
we out here exchanging illusions, motherfucker.
But we're giving it all the meaning. There is no meaning. Money has no inherent meaning. We give it the meaning, right? And check this shit out. This is another thing Paul says. So if I say money, just money, right? Think about money. Then think about how that kind of feels in your mental state to think about money, right? I want you to have a lot of money. I want to have a lot of money. But I don't want you to have my money. Now, do you see what my does? The word my makes shit so heavy. Doesn't it?
So
right?
fucking
right?
heavy.
Girls. Women. Love them. Beautiful. My woman. Ooh, shit. I don't want you to have my woman. As soon as we claim shit, it makes it so fucking heavy, right? And we can see it real easily out in the world, but check this shit out. This, you want to know enlightenment, what real liberation that's like practical is going to help you right here today, is the my you're putting on your thoughts. Thinking.
Don't say my thoughts, because it's just energy flowing through.
They're not your fucking thoughts. Do you have any power? Can you go and say, I don't want to think that, I do want... No.
Once you start putting them into actions in your life, that's something you did, but that's more powerful than any thought flowing through your head. until you actually manifest
You're the awareness of the thoughts arising. And if there's one addiction we have, if there's one habit that is more ingrained in us than anything and is more destructive than anything, it's believing the thoughts are our thoughts when they come out and believing we're the thinker of them.
Yeah.
And when you realize that the sense of being the thinker of your thoughts is just another thought, and you realize thoughts are nothing but this fucking stream that's never going to stop.
Yeah.
The mind thinks, like the heart beats, like the lungs breathe. The mind is just going to keep thinking. But if you start believing, which we all are doing all day, that, I really shouldn't have thought that. I'm a bad person. I can't believe I thought about this horrible sexual thing I want to do. This
evil fucking
evil,
violent
I want to
ass
hurt this
fucking
person.
act. Yeah.
The mind's just doing what the fucking mind does.
Yeah.
And the greatest gift is losing interest in all that shit. Not being interested in the fucking story anymore that the mental state's telling you. And seeing through the bullshit. That's the gift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't get fucking anywhere with you, man. As soon as I get in the middle of saying something.
No, I hear what you're saying. The gift, just fuck the story, man.
Well, yeah, fuck the story. But now, everything. See, I think it was,
It doesn't matter. We're all gonna die, man. What the fuck does it matter?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're all gonna die. None of this shit really matters. We could go loony and wild the fuck out and do this and that.
See, I'm thinking about, I'm letting it marinate for a while, but I'm thinking about getting a tattoo of this. So the Hindu saying is, gone, through trials and tribulations, across the shore, arriving at the other shore, having never left.
Gone, through trials and tribulations,
across the shore,
arriving at the other shore, realizing you've never left.
So that's like my mantra. Like that literally can make everything better. To realize no matter how fucking crazy shit ever seemed, no matter how lost you ever thought you were, did you ever really leave? You were there for all of it. You can't leave. It's only threats of the mind that'll tell you, no, this is it. It's finally gonna fucking happen. Everything's gonna fall apart. And no, you never leave. You're always here.
That's true.
And this is like a big new age kind of hippie thing is getting into the moment. Like mindfulness, how do I get into the moment? And what I love about Paul, he's kind of like punk rock about it. He's like, you can't get out of the moment. Yeah. Try to get out of the fucking moment. Yeah. It's impossible. You can be on a mental trip, but you're still in the moment on a mental trip about the past or future. Yeah, it's impossible to get out of the fucking moment.
Right.
So instead of it's like 2 steps to enlightenment. No steps. Don't take a step. Like, don't take a step to try to get into the moment. You're already in the moment.
You are the enlightenment.
And it's not even that you're in the moment. You are the moment. Yeah. There is no moment without you. You
make all these moments.
Exactly.
That you're flowing yourself through.
This moment ain't shit without you. You are this. You're the reason that the lights are on is because of what you are.
Checo's death is gonna be so beautiful, man. I already know. It's gonna be beautiful as fuck.
Yeah, and for Checo, it's gonna be like nothing. Like, so, okay.
He doesn't even feel nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
So if Checo is the action figure identified with this brain, the meat of the brain and the electrical, chemical fucking stew that's going on, that's
mind, yeah.
The mind. When the mind shuts off, the lights go out. There's no more Checo like, oh, now, and that's all the, like, I just see, especially in Western traditions, but it's, you know, in probably in a lot of traditions, that people are like, no, but then you go to heaven, or you go to hell. Like, they're trying to give more story, right? Whereas in Hinduism, Buddhism and stuff, they're like, that's the wheel of samsara, is the wheel of experience, the wheel of suffering, right? The goal is get off the wheel. Right? But Christians are like, but don't worry, once the body dies, then the soul gets to fucking keep going. It's like, fuck the story, man. The story is the story. Enjoy the story while the story's going.
Yeah.
But you're not the story.
Who knows what's gonna happen after? Just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going through it right now.
It'll keep going until it doesn't go anymore. But I think the very nature of existence is the goingness.
Yeah.
Right? So
right now.
It's never gonna end, but it will end for Checo. And it will end for Nick. Right? And let's say...
And even then, it's not gonna end for them. For those bodies, because they're gonna decompose and turn into this.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This
shit don't really end.
No energy is ever created or destroyed in the universe.
Ever.
It just transferred.
It just transferred.
So this... Like, why are you so afraid of a transfer? You know?
People are
I don't want to fucking change. I don't want to transfer.
Did you change? Hell the fuck yes, I did, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh man, Checo, you
did it? You did it? What? I feel bad, man.
Like, of course, we're all changing all the time. I don't know why. Every now and then I go back into Anthony Robbins' zone.
Yeah.
But I was listening to him today, and he goes, people are like, I'm really working on trying to change, right? And he goes, don't worry, you don't have to work at it. You're changing no matter what. You're changing in a positive, progressive way or in a regressive way, but you are changing.
You're changing.
You know, like, take a picture of yourself 15 years later. You're gonna change. Look at the body, look at your habits, look at your peer group, look at your career. Shit is you can count on change. That's the one thing you can be sure of. You know what I mean? So if you want to kind of enjoy this little dreaming, then maybe direct more towards a positive change, a progression, an improvement, so you can, feel like that's the source code of this action figure, is it wants to improve. Yeah. That's what makes us human. That's the hero's journey. Is if we were single-celled organisms, then the source code would be like, fucking stick to your shit, man. Do not divide into multi-cell organisms. You know what I mean? Like,
are you sure?
Yeah, that's scary.
I feel like something good will come out of it.
No, man. Hey, did your dad divide? No, you're a single-celled organism. Yeah. Stay in your fucking lane, right? But we're not that. We're this very complicated thing at the end of evolution, that it's because of all the risks we've taken, all the, coming down from the trees, hunting fucking... animals,
and we're still doing that for our kids. We're gonna be our kids' ancestors.
Yes, that's
wow. And they're gonna pray to us.
That's what this programming is continual progression towards something. Joe Rogan would say we're progressing towards creating artificial intelligence so that we become obsolete. That might be the direction that might be
what the fuck we're doing. Our kids are gonna be robots. Sorry to say, fellas and fellaettes. Pack your motherfucking bags. Hand all your dope and prized possessions to fucking Microsoft right the fuck now.
They already own you.
Yeah.
They're just waiting to flip the switch.
Get the barcode tat, whatever.
But it feels good either way. It feels good to progress, because that's the source code. That's the programming of this fucking action figure. So do what's good for the action figure. You know what I mean? Don't think it's going to bring you some sort of everlasting happiness.
It won't.
No, realize...
It will.
Yeah, realize that's all a joke and a fucking scam.
That's a fat-ass scam.
But still do what's good for the action figure. Take care of it. Make sure it eats. Make sure it has sex.
Yeah.
Make sure it gets enough sleep.
Exercise and all
that. That's what it's here to do.
Yep, that's true. I feel my animal instincts come out when I like my animal instincts. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, what? But that's not progressive. You think it is to our spirit or to our enlightenment?
It's a balance.
You
need both.
Sure. Yeah.
Something that Alan Watts said to Ram Dass. These are like my two fucking main guys that got me through many years. Kind of like my foundation, I would say, philosophically. Ram Dass came back from India. He had a guru, and he was very into giving shit away. He lived in like a robe. He no TV, only ate like vegetarian diet, meditated all the time, right? And Alan Watts, he never had a guru. He was he's more kind of similar to Paul. Like, he heard ideas he liked, and he just made his own thing about it, right? And he sort of just rapped on the philosophies that he found really interesting. He made a fucking career out of that, being just a dude that gave speeches, wrote books on shit that he's into.
That he liked, yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's more of the level that I'm on.
I connect with that more too.
Yeah.
And so, but I love Ram Dass too. Ram Dass went through many. So at this particular stage in the 70s or whatever, Alan Watts goes to Ram Dass and he says, "You're too attached to emptiness." Right? So you can be on the Buddhist trip of like, attachments are what cause suffering. Attachment to sex, food, material, so I'm going to get rid of all of that. And now that I don't have any attachments, why am I still suffering? Because you're attached to the idea of
suffering, man.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't get out of that trick. You can't fool yourself.
Your game up.
You know what I mean?
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So, it's like, the ego will try every fucking trick possible to make itself relevant still. You know what I mean? And the real freedom is from the ego, or even of the self. Like, you know, you don't have to destroy it because it doesn't even fucking exist. It's imaginary. You create.
We're over here creating cartoon characters
constantly.
Yeah,
that's our job. We're meaning making machines. There is no meaning out there. We're giving it meaning. Ego bad, ego good. Food bad, food good. You know, whatever the fuck. That's our role is we're dreaming this dreaming and giving everything meaning. That's what we... And once you see the game, you can go like, oh, fuck, I was so wrapped up in it. I probably will dip back into being wrapped up in it in time, as the dreaming goes on.
You think animals are conscious, like other animals?
I think they're conscious.
They can't see their reflection, or they don't... Do you think they... You know what I mean, though, right? Like, no, they're not vampires, but... They don't... Do you think they have an understanding of self? Even, maybe not even the physical self, but their spiritual self?
I think... I was
because they gotta eat. I mean...
I was listening to some neuroscientist talking about animals. I think humans are on a way, way higher level than most animals. I think most animals are pretty much functioning purely on survival instincts. But see, this is all programming, dude. And as much as we think that we're so conscious, it's all still the program.
Dolphins, I think, are out here doing some crazy shit with telekinesis and fucking this and that. Yeah,
it just might be. We probably couldn't even know or measure.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way we could know. Yeah. Motherfuckers are raping humans. Yeah. Like what?
But I know, it's fucking
the fuck.
Intense, I know. But a lot of the things that we think like, oh, we're special because we can fall in love. Like, that's fucking
what the fuck
hormones and chemicals, like,
and real,
to make us reproduce.
And like, love between a man and a woman, to me, is not real. Like love like that you can have for yourself. You know
how often does it last more than
how long does it last?
3 years?
Yeah,
like now.
And that's what I was gonna say. Does that shit really last? Like,
because it's in the programming to get together, to fuck, to have the kid, make sure the kid gets old enough that it can survive on its own, and then on to the next. That's the way that, like, I'm not just saying this out of my ass. There's research that shows, there's a lot of biology that shows that, like, after that point, now you're like making a conscious choice to, okay, I get the hormones of the biology has run out. I don't have all the endorphins and shit that I did when I first fell in love with you, but I'm gonna, like, make a conscious choice to stay with you anyway. Yeah. Right? But the programming of the body is what's running most of the fucking show here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to even be like, we're so much more conscious than animals, like, who is more conscious? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like, boyfriend and girlfriend love isn't a real thing to me.
Yeah, well, it's a real
concept that human beings talk about, I guess, contemplate or whatever. But
and the chemical fucking rush that you get from it feels very real. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the way your body's set up. Just like when you're really fucking hungry, the chemical rush that tells you eat the fucking chocolate cake feels really fucking real. But this is what I like to do because I've been trying to, like we talked before, I've been trying to fast. So I'm trying
Have you been?
I have some good days, dude.
I have some days where I just do it and I'm not even on purpose. I'm just like, fuck, it's already 8 o'clock. Oh man, like, oh shit.
Yeah, I know. I went. My goal before I turn 30, I turned 30 in September. I want to go.
You turned 30 in September?
Yeah,
what?
I'm fucking hella old, right?
Not even.
I already feel like I'm like 50.
What are we doing?
Oh,
I'm
nothing.
gonna get 30 strippers to shake their ass in your face and be like, "Happy birthday!"
Only if they're male strippers.
Oh man, you crazy, you crazy as fuck.
What was I gonna say?
I'll just go to the zoo. I'll take you to the zoo, man, and buy you some balloons. Nick, come on.
Just go to the zoo.
We'll have a Rick and Morty adventure.
Go to the zoo.
A Rick and Morty theme party at the zoo.
I got you 30 strippers. They're all chimpanzees. They're naked.
Fuck a chimpanzee. That motherfucker would tear our faces
I know,
off. Dude, they're strong ass
tear
animals.
your arms off. Those motherfuckers. I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, I'm trying to fast 48 hours.
Oh, yeah.
My goal is to go 48 hours.
2 days?
Yeah.
You're wild.
I've gotten close.
How was the closest
I
you got?
did 36. I was so close.
You could do it.
I know.
It's nothing, yeah.
I know. It's just... It's the mental state, man. It kicks in. And it is rough. If your body's not used to fasting, then it'll be like fucking screaming at you, and you'll be tired, and you'll like... But if you... what I've heard is that if you go regularly fasting, your body gets more used to it.
I believe so.
I like it for the physical, mental aspects of it, and also...
Is it healthy? Yeah, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of research that shows it's healthy to fast. Yeah, like... some people think it's like one meal a day is like the best way to live. Like people live
forever,
longer.
1 meal a day?
Yeah.
Forever.
See,
1 meal a day.
See, it's not forever, dude. It's for another 60
You know what
years.
I mean? Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like.
See how the mental state tricks you? It's gonna be like this forever.
I had a crazy ass salvia trip.
Yeah, when you do salvia.
Crazy as fuck. I got eaten by a snake, and I'm like, well, this is life now. This is gonna be it forever. No use in crying about it.
You needed some...
I got eaten by a snake. I'm like, I'm gonna live here
you
now.
You needed some Peppa Pig in your life, man.
Bruh.
You would have just been like, oh, it's gonna be like this forever.
Yeah, and then until I finally, I'm like, all right, fuck it. Just let it settle in. Just, all right. Just be okay with yep, this is life now. This is life now. And then once I finally accepted it all, oh shit, I came back.
Yeah. Salvia goes hella quick, right?
Yeah, and then I felt a little weird. I felt like fucking I was on Sesame Street, dude. It was fucking weird.
It fucks with time, though.
Yeah, dude.
It completely warps time.
It felt like an eternity, bro. But it was only like 2 minutes.
When you eat way too much weed, it fucks with time, too. You just be like time will go really fast and then it'll go really slow. Like when I'm super high, I'll watch a movie that's like maybe 2 hours long, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I love this movie. It's over. Like it felt like it was that quick. Like I was like, what happened for the last 2 hours? But then if you're like waiting for something, you'll be like, is the clock going backwards? It's like 1 minute. This is eternity. It's weird how drugs fuck with time. Why? Because there is no fucking time out there. We are creating the time. That's what consciousness does. Yes.
No other animal keeps a calendar.
No.
Fucking.
That's something that Paul says that I fucking love, is that only humans can suffer about next Wednesday, this Wednesday. Doberman's
Fuck,
not.
I got that fucking thing coming
Right?
up on Wednesday.
And you're suffering. That's the biggest gift that I've gotten from going to Paul's talks is don't suffer what's not happening.
Yeah.
And the mind will come in and just be like fucking either resentments or regret from the past or anxiety about the future. It's only got a couple of tricks. You only got to see the couple of tricks the mental state has, and then you start going like, oh, like this thing that I think is like, oh, this is my life. I'm never gonna get this right. I fucked up then. This
Never
person
is a
hates
strong
me.
ass
Right?
word.
Exactly. All that. It's all just tricks of the mental state. Once you see its little tricks, you just go like, "Oh, I'm still here, having never left. I've never left. I'm still here. I'm good. No matter what chaos is going on, I'm still gonna be here. This is my job. My job is holding this space of consciousness to let the dreaming unfold. It really simplifies shit. There you go. There's your enlightenment 101.
Well,
let's go get a sandwich.
Let's go get a sandwich. What did you do today? Well,
I got enlightened.
I walked 100,000 miles. I bled from my feet, shed blood, sweat, tears, finally, after the longest motherfucking suffering and pain and struggle, I reached enlightenment. And then I went to go get a sandwich from In-N-Out.
Dude, really? That's all the stories. Like the story of the Buddha, right? The Buddha wanted to end suffering. So he like starved himself to the brink of death, and that didn't do it. And he meditated and he wouldn't sleep and he kept himself up and nothing would do it. He's like, I need to figure out how to end suffering. I've tried everything. And then he finally sat under I think it was a mango tree, and he said, they saw the Bodhi tree, and he said, I'm gonna sit here until either I die or I become enlightened, right? And he's fucking sitting there and he's meditating. He's gonna become enlightened. And so my favorite interpretation of the story, my favorite.
Try heal hard.
This is kind of the Zen sort of Paul version of the story. Is he just went like, oh, none of this is gonna do it, and he just like, he got up. And he was enlightened.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't this huge explosion, like amazing fireworks. It was just like, oh, nothing that I think nothing that Siddhartha is going to do is going to make him enlightened.
Yeah.
Because Siddhartha can't become enlightened. I am
Siddhartha.
the Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha means the awakened one.
Yes.
Right? You're the Buddha. I see it in your eyes.
The Buddha.
I'm the Buddha. Right? We are all the awakened one. Right? But we can identify as Nick, Checo, Siddhartha. Right?
Siddhartha, yeah.
That's my favorite version of the story. Is like this heroic journey, and then he's just like, oh wait, I give up.
I still remember. I still remember
it's
hearing,
like a giving up.
I still remember hearing that shit from 4th grade. Like, my teacher was like, or 6th grade, whatever the fuck, one of those grades. My teacher was like, yeah, she told us a story about Siddhartha. She's like, he didn't become Buddha until after. And listening to that right now, I'm like, that bitch didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
She was saying it from a Western perspective. Yeah. That he was Siddhartha and then he became the Buddha.
Yeah.
You could say now, using the English language, which isn't the best to talk about because it's very subject object, non-duality, right?
That sucks because you know what? That's one of the most languages I use.
Yeah, but I do think it is still possible to awaken to the truth through the English language. It's called Jnana Yoga.
I think they pre-made that. When they fucking made that language, they did it on purpose. They're like, fuck it, this will keep people ignorant as fuck. Let's make it.
We can't be making Japanese the main language or else everyone's gonna fucking wake up. We gotta Sanskrit. We gotta fucking But
this is the dialect. This is how we gonna talk.
But so this is like non-duality 101, right? So we're taught in our culture, right? I see it with my little 2-year-old. I see them creating, when she goes to school, at home, her family, everybody, we're creating the idea of subject-object, right? So, really, there is just the Buddha. There's just life force. There's just consciousness happening, right? But the story is, there's a subject, Checo, and there's objects, everything that's not Checo. And Checo does things to objects, and objects do things to Checo. Right?
Whoa. I have no objects near me.
So that whole story is ingrained in us, like, very fucking early on. You know what I mean? And what non-duality says is there is no subject-object. There's just one thing. There is just, you could say, subjectivity. There is just dreaming, right? And then subject-object duality is an idea which is introduced in dreaming, but ultimately there only is dreaming. To even say there's one thing going on is too much. It's kind of, there's nothing going on really. Right? It's no thing that's expressing itself.
What are you guys doing?
Through eternity. Yeah, exactly. It's a whole lot of nothing going on. Paul makes these bumper stickers, empty phenomenon rolling on.
Empty phenomenon rolling on.
I'll give you one. That's like that's the best expression of what are you? I'm just empty phenomenon rolling on. Like, but you're a superstar, you're a billionaire. I'm just empty phenomenon.
I'm just empty phenomenon.
You're a heroin addict in the tent. I'm just empty. It's all because what I am, the Buddha is all of that, expressing consciousness, expressing itself in all sorts of unique and creative ways, right?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love the fuck out of that.
That's fucking it, man. You know what I mean? And then you can chill the fuck out. Get rid of the my. So a little example that Paul uses is, I am working on myself. We say that all the time without realizing how ridiculous.
How ridiculous it
I am working on myself. So which one is I? It's a very Alan Watts thing to say too. And which one is myself? Who's working on who? There's neither. You know what I mean? But this is just a story, and we just, oh yeah, he's working on himself. We just buy into that shit because we're so ingrained in the idea.
I took a 2-year break just to work on myself. What?
And where'd you end up? Having never left, I'm still here. In the same fucking spot. But there definitely is, within subjectivity, you can get greater perspectives. You can see clearer, right? That's something that this guy online talks about. There's waking up and then there's clearing up. So waking up would be, we say, like the enlightenment. Like, oh, you realize there's no ego. The ego is imaginary. The self is imaginary. And you kind of get that little glimpse. Maybe drugs can do it for you. Maybe meditation. There's different ways.
Maybe both.
Yeah, maybe both. There's different things that will kind of click. So you get that, like, that biggest perspective. Like, if the camera lens was here, and then you realize, like, oh, like the camera lens is one back. This isn't good for the podcast because I'm using my hands. But now this camera sees this camera. And you go, oh, I was seeing from here thinking that was, like, the end of the road. But now I can see that.
Now what's behind this camera?
And then what's behind that? What's behind that? Right. So let's say you get to the last camera and you go, oh, shit.
You can't really, unless the first one turns around.
Well, that's the thing. You can't see it. So like, some Zen sayings are, what you are looking for is what you are looking with. Right? You can't see. You're never going to see yourself.
I gotta see my brains. I gotta see my brains right the fuck now.
Hey, last podcast. You have no head.
I have no head.
Right? So if you really realize you have no head, then what is there? Don't answer. Because that's you. Right? You are, what you are looking for is what you're looking with. The seeker, the one that's seeking, is the sought. The very activity of seeking is what you're looking for.
That's why they call it a satsang.
A satsang? I don't think so, but
no.
It's a good try.
We sought it out.
I think satsang means gathering in truth. But that's what it is. You're getting together and you're like, hey, let's all remind each other. I know we get caught up in our drama and shit, but
the seeker became the seeked.
Yeah, the seeker became the sought. But that, like, another guy that Paul always likes to quote, Huang Po. You can't use the Buddha to seek the Buddha. You are the awakened one.
The awakened.
How are you going to use that to go find the awakened one out there somewhere? It's not out there. You are it, right? So let's say that's waking up, getting a good, solid realization of that. Yeah? Then there's clearing up, and that's within time, within the dreaming, being able to, people say stabilize, people say, like, that's the word everyone uses. I want to stabilize in my awakening. Yeah. Stabilize. But who wants to stabilize? Because, oh God, Paul said this one fucking time that hit so hard. That which is stable wants instability, wants variation. What you are is complete stability. You as the Buddha is outside of time, outside of place, unchanging, having never left, right? So God said, I want to create some, this is, uninteresting. I want to create some interesting shit. I'm going to create some instability, some chaos, to enjoy it, to express in all these different ways. So when you're identified as the dreamt, as that one of those things being expressed, you go, I want stability. I want to get back home. That's a duality, right? So that which is eternal, outside of time and place, wants to create instability so that it can experience, right, diversity. And then diversity's like, this is too much. I want to get back to stability.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's when you're like, God, I had this feeling of being awake, but then I lost it. I want stability. Yeah. Like, who wants stability? Like, that you can kill it right there.
The stability's not a thing, dude. Because, nothing's for sure in this life.
Exactly.
People just like to feel for sure for no fucking reason. That's why shrooms are scary as fuck. Because it'll be like, boom, you're in the middle of a jungle, dude, and you've been doing it on a fucking tightrope with a stake around your neck. You think, you know what I mean? It'll put you there, and it'll be like, what the fuck?
It'll create a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah.
then-
It'll be like, deal with it.
Yeah, you gotta grab your motherfucking balls, man. Grab your huevitos and face whatever the fuck is in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that fucking feeling.
Yeah.
That's some, man, this shit's overwhelming as fuck. It'll get to you, man.
It will. But get to who?
Yeah, you're right.
That's it, dude. That's Muji. I told you a little bit about Muji. That kills everything. Who is it? Who is it that wants it? And then once you see, like, it's an unanswered question. You don't even have to answer it. Like, oh, it's my ego. No, fuck that. Just ask it. Who wants things to be the same forever? Right?
And it's gone.
It's gone.
Because we're infinite and we're nothing.
We're infinite.
At the same fucking time.
Exactly. Dreaming this dream. You're turning into a beam of light. No, Checo, don't go. You gotta go to work tomorrow.
You're hella funny. You gotta go to work tomorrow. That's hella funny. Nick, I don't know if everyone's gonna catch or understand the fuck out of that joke right there.
No,
but no, that shit was just for me.
If you do, get yourself a cookie. You deserve one.
No, for real. Infinite amounts of cookies.
Yep. Dude, this dude, I told you about him, right?
Let me see.
Ramana.
No, you didn't.
So
You might have.
when Amina saw that picture, I swear to God, dude, I have the best kid in the fucking universe.
She knew who this was automatically.
Do you know what she asked me?
Huh?
She goes, Papa, is that God?
Would you say, yeah?
I said, yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Dude, can you fucking believe that shit? Yeah. So, I call Ramana my disembodied guru.
When she does all these crazy ass synchronicities and brings them to you, how do you feel? Like, do you laugh in the moment?
Well, the first couple ones, I laugh all the time. I laugh a lot. Even she'll just be like, "Why is Papa laughing?" She'll laugh with me. But the first couple of crazy shit she said, I was just like, okay, my kid's like
dope ass manifestation of consciousness,
some interdimensional like angel or something, right?
Yeah.
And it just happens so much now that I'm just like, that's just Amina. You know?
That's dope as fuck. I would love to have that around when I have kids.
Yeah. But so I call this dude my my disembodied guru. He's not in a body anymore.
Right.
But his teachings and shit. And when I look at this picture of him, I always get this like voice in my head saying like, dude, stop faking the funk. You know you're God. Stop pretending like you don't.
Like you don't know.
Like you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's some shit. Like when you talk about people that you work with, well, they're like, oh, dude, what are you smoking? What the hell's wrong with you? Right? But then every now and then they'll be like, hey, you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
That's like with him, when I look, it's like this super intense feeling. Like he's like my, and this is going to sound cheesy, but I have no better way of saying it. Like my spiritual father, like my soul's father. It just that dad energy of like, stop fucking around. You know you're God.
Stop being a little ass kid, man.
Stop being a bitch and pretending.
Yeah.
And pretending like, you know, you're
some type of human being or some shit.
You're
fuck.
Your story's so important and you're so unique and this and that. And that's why every day I just take a little glance over at him and I'm just like, oh yeah, stop taking this shit so seriously. But then part of it is like, stop taking this shit so seriously. But then everything is, both extremes are true because this is the most important thing in the universe.
I'm about to crank it down on an ignorant ass level. What if Ralph put it to Ralph and he stuck his head in here and he saw that picture? What's up, Nick?
I've had people ask me, who is that? I just go, he's my grandpa. Because I don't know, like, why do you got an old naked Indian guy in your car?
I love that. Hello? Who's this?
So I just started the recording back. So the CIA tapped Checo's phone. They realized we were putting on this podcast, and he was a threat to society.
Oh man!
So he just went through a 24-hour interrogation. We're gonna pick it up where we left off.
We're picking it up right where we left off. Fuck them. They can talk to my lawyer.
And just wanted to read the statement from the government. You are real. This isn't a dream. Everything is real. So follow the law. Do not do psychedelic drugs. Money is real. Do whatever you can to get as much money as possible. Signed, Donald Trump.
Fuck.
They said
if we didn't say that, they'd smoke us or whatever. I don't know. They told me not to say that part neither, but fuck them.
But after the disclaimer, now we're free to go back to resuming our podcast.
Right.
Yeah, dude. What we're sounding gay as fuck. What we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
The nature and stuff. Another like huge shift, and this is something I get from Paul. That happened was realizing how much of realizing interest and attention. Right. So let's say we can call it yours. It's not yours. It just is interest and attention. Right. What you're interested in and what your attention is on. Right. The default for Western culture, for modern technological social media, is interest and attention is fucking in the brain. Thoughts. Past, future, right? And all that interest and attention...
Instead of shots. It's thoughts.
Right? And that's what it is. It's like fucking house music playing. Just go all fucking day. The moment you wake up, you check your social media, and thoughts.
Stimulation. I'm just like, man.
And then you like...
Disney got me all the way fucked up.
You got to get some Miyazaki in your life, man. My Neighbor Totoro. Calm your ass down. If you can sit through My Neighbor Totoro, you're basically enlightened. I'll give you your official enlightenment sticker if you can sit through.
Yeah, for sure. Right here. Right next to my booster shot sticker. I'm going to put it.
But so basically, once you see interest and attention, you can visualize however you want as energy or whatever, that it's all caught in the mental state, and you can like realize that's a joke. I love the way Paul explains it. It gets redistributed. And then all of a sudden, when you're walking, like you can be in beautiful Hawaii, the fucking Amazon rainforest, but if the interest and attention is in the thoughts, you're not enjoying any of it. That fucking bitch called me up, right? You're just caught up in that shit, you know what I mean? When I get home, I'm gonna buy that fucking Lamborghini, whatever the fuck, right? and you're missing this. This is the fucking show. This is the dreaming, right? So once you get you let go of the my, that takes a whole lot of weight off of them being my thoughts, right? My future, my past. It's just what it is. It's just thoughts. It's just mental state, right? Once that lightens up, the interest and attention can be redistributed to what's happening now, right? That's like you're saying, hey, what happened? What's going on? Nothing happened. This is happening. Let's stay here. You know what I mean? And you're here no matter what. Yeah. But when the interest and attention is kind of relaxed, this is a Dzogchen, which is Tibetan Buddhism, is a relaxed awareness. That's kind of like the ultimate fucking state, really. If you're in and it's a subtle thing because it's not something you can do, because another quote Paul says all the time, you can't create stillness with activity. That would be activity.
Right.
So if you're like, I'm too active, I'm going to create stillness. Be still. Like, no, that's more activity trying to... You got to realize that the stillness is before the activity starts. It's your inherent state. And then the activity and the drama is born out of the stillness. So, like Paul says, don't stop. Just don't start. That's it. All the problems start with the starting.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that goes back to just let it flow. You know what I mean?
Flow.
Let everything flow. Stop trying too hard to make it come out a certain outcome.
Yeah.
That's when shit's forced, it doesn't come out good.
Exactly. And seeing through that illusion of
stop trying so hard and
you're in
just
control of any of
shit.
Easy.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. And that's like my day-to-day life. I would say, I don't know, on a good day, 51% of the time, I'm in a state of relaxed awareness. And it's like there's no amount of money, there's no vacation you could go on, there's nothing that beats that. Just getting out of the fucking mental state and the suffering it creates for yourself. That's the kid with the boot on his head. sitting there, oh God, the world's happening to me, it's smashing me, and then zoom out, oh, my hand's on the boot, I'm smashing my own head.
Oh man.
Right.
Fuck, you're right, Nick. That's more valuable than any fucking amount of dollars could ever be.
100%. It is. That's what it's like. Really, this level of understanding, it's better than like anything even that Christianity promises. Like, you're gonna get to go to heaven and see all of your all of your family. Like, again, body identification.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to see all of your but as a body? No, as a spirit. Well, then how on?
Yeah.
Right. It's all about divide, subject, object.
We're
subject,
not separate.
Object. No, we're not separate. You are your family. You are your ancestors. When? Here. Now. Where? Here. Everything is here.
Man, I got
now.
this cousin. I don't even like getting into no spiritual subjects or nothing with him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is the only way. The Bible's the only way. The earth is flat. When we die, yeah, dude, I swear to God, I'm just like, man, you got, oh.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it.
It's and what they're chasing is, they know instinctually that this is all a fraud. This is all a fraud. Yeah. The whole show, right? But they want to have the answer for themselves. You know what I mean? Whatever his name is, Mike.
We'll keep it, yeah,
anonymous.
Mike, yeah.
Mikey wants it to be fucking for himself, right? Like, I have the answer. Mikey has the answer. He can't. Checo can't have the answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Checo. Nick can't have the answer. That's AA, dude. AA is some spiritual ass shit. Leave it up to the higher power.
Dude, I couldn't believe how fucking, like...
It's probably as spiritual as Western...
What the fuck?
Philosophy goes.
I'm like, these guys are on a whole nother level. Who would have known?
Give it up to the higher power.
Yeah.
And that's really, like, number one, like, Paul, he went through AA.
And they're, like, completely on a non-religious tip. You know what I mean?
I know. But it's super spiritual.
I'm like,
shit.
What?
It's very skillful.
They said definitely tap into the fucking higher power. And I'm like, 100%. What?
Realize you're fucked. Realize that admit it. You're fucked.
And that gives you more power already.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the small self and the big self, whatever you want to call it. It's the ego and the fucking spirit.
Who was I trying to tell that to yesterday? I'm like, man, really the key to being a man is just taking full responsibility and acceptance for everything that's going on in your life, good or fucking bad. Once you start accepting and taking on all that responsibility, it'll give you more power to make your life the way you want it to be. And that's it. Not on no fucking I'm trying to preach or nothing shit.
No, amen.
That's some real shit, though.
It is. Because all of the suffering and all of the, like, self-hatred and doubt and stuff comes from denial.
All that, I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm going to put the blame on someone.
Denial. Yeah. It's their fault.
Fuck it, it's everybody's fault, but
exactly. Yeah.
It's all my fault. It's my fault the sky is so beautifully blue. It's my fault the fucking... you know what I mean? The oxygen feels so fresh in my lungs. I don't give a fuck. Yep. It's my fault Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed like motherfuckers. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll take the rap.
Take responsibility, man. Yeah. Because what humanity is all these people pointing the fucking finger, not wanting to take responsibility. Everybody's a victim. You know what I mean? And that you ain't going nowhere. That's some stagnant ass energy, man.
Sorry ass sucker shit.
It really is.
In other words.
It really is. That's AA, dude. I'm fucked. I am powerless over alcohol and substances. Leave it up to the higher power. And then the little fucking trick, the punchline is you are also the higher power. Right? So ultimately, right? But the ego identification, the selfing, I haven't even gotten into that, but like Paul talks about, there is no ego. Ego is an objectification. There's selfing. There's a process of the self coming in and claiming shit. These are my thoughts. You know what I mean, right? It's an activity.
Man, nothing's fucking mine. You guys could have it all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's freeing, man. Is letting go of all the mine.
Did you ever listen to the book? I think I sent it to you, the audio book.
Yeah, the devil.
Yeah, interview with the devil.
That was good shit.
He's like, you guys think you have free will, so you guys do all this shit, but really that's just you chasing your animal instincts. Your animal side is taking over your fucking...
That's what we've been talking about.
Your decisions. Yeah, that's why I'm like, dude, what the fuck? That's hella true.
Yeah.
the more you know, the more freeing you could be.
Exactly.
The more you, yeah.
And so many people wanting to be. I love it. Paul says, I keep bringing it up. I have to quote him or else I feel like I'd be jacking him. He says, wanting to be right about being wrong. Like, no, I'm right about the fact that it's wrong. That's the devil. That's fucking wanting to. No, I'm right. Give it fucking up, man. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's the highest.
You never fucking know.
That's like the highest spirituality is you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't even know, like, you don't know how people are gonna take it. You don't know what's right. Give it up. Give it all fucking up. If you're doing the best with your best intention, you know, if you're lucky in a state of flow in this moment, day to day, then you're giving it all up to God anyway. You know what I mean? And you don't own the results.
I don't own the results. Whatever happens, man, it's meant to happen.
That's
Everybody
that's
got
some
everything.
freeing shit.
Yeah. Everybody has what's coming to them. Period.
Yep. And the mental,
however you want to take it.
The mental state, know that no matter what happens, the mental state's probably going to come in and try and say you were fucked up or regrets.
I'm gonna stop saying I hope you have a nice day. I'm gonna just start saying I hope you get the day you deserve, and leave the rest up to karma, man.
Something about that, man. I hope you get the day you deserve.
Right. I mean, I don't have to say it like that, but I hope you get the day you deserve.
We're all getting the day we think we deserve.
Yeah,
for real. Yeah. We are. And I deserve better than this. Like, okay, well.
If you're listening to this, I deserve $1 million motherfucking dollars.
So, send it to 676.
P.O. But anyways.
Checo, thank you for doing this podcast with me.
Nick, it's a pleasure.
We'll do it again soon.
Oh, love you, man.
I love you too.